Welcome back to the Notre Dame Anti-Dynasty, where we're wheel spinning to knock down some attributes, and we got both field goal and QB accuracy going down on the user end. I almost forgot to do so before the game, but fortunately, kickoff was all that happened, if that. So it's Wake Forest today, as you may have surmised from the scorecard at the bottom, and from last week's preview. Wake Forest, they're pretty average. That tends to happen. And their mascot is the Demon Deacons, which it's cool that he rides a motorcycle. But like, a Demon Deacon is just about the most ironic name that you could possibly choose. Oh well, they're black and gold. They're going to try and beat the navy and gold. It's snowing again, and Tyler Buchner is going to find their Jake Dawson. Slow drive, nothing significant. Third down and 9 though. Buchner will get it out, but it's a dump off to Jabron Payne. He can't get all the way, and so Notre Dame is going to settle for this field goal. Now, Wake Forest has a very similar drive to Notre Dame, except theirs is going to be a sack right there, so that's not very good. And on their field goal attempt in the snow with the wind against him, it's just barely short, and I mean just barely. Take a look at this. It's flying there. Is it going? No, just barely missed. And on the very next play, Tyler Buchner is going to find Chaz Wesley, who's wide open, and they're not going to catch him. Not in that foot race. He's just too fast, and that's 67 yards to glory. Notre Dame up by 2 scores. Wake Forest, third down and 3, trying not to give the ball right back. They got Trey Bull. He gets a good gain right there, but it's third down and long. So what did they do? They're going to go right back to the same guy, and he is going to deliver 12 yards. Now here's the sequence. So you're starting off with a 10-yard sack on what was supposed to be a middle screen. On second down, Griffiths will throw, and that was not called complete apparently. And then that one is dropped, so you can't even get the extra yards. You have 4th and 20, and Griffiths says, you know what, let's just chuck it. And it works. And it works. Keyshawn Williams with the 36-yard score, and halftime will leave us at a 10-7 game. Wake Forest's offense has shown signs of promise, and their defense had that one bad play they gave up. We'll have to see how they do here in the second half, as Mitch Griffiths is rolling out, and he's going to follow up that remarkable touchdown pass with a horrific interception. And if you've watched this series before, you can probably guess what's about to happen. So you have one turnover apiece, and it's a very, very quick drive for Notre Dame, where Tyler Buchner will go into the end zone. So now the lead is back to 10 points, and everything is going to hinge upon what Wake Forest does on this drive. It's already 3rd and 28, and they're just going to throw an interception to Trey Roberson, because why not? And if you've watched this series, you know exactly, and I mean exactly, what is going to happen. Very short drive, 2nd and goal, Tyler Buchner over the middle for a Jake Dawson touchdown. And that is, that's it. Wake Forest would not manage to score a single point more, and Notre Dame wins by 3 scores. 24-7 is your final. What turned out to be a very lackluster game overall. Thought there might be some excitement there at the end of the first half, but that's all we had. Buchner was good, as you might surmise. Only 1 incompletion, so pretty solid all around today. Estime had 100 yards, no touchdown. Receiving game, you had Chaz Wesley with the 67-yarder. Tyson Ford put up 3 sacks of 6 on the day for the entire team, and then throw in 4 interceptions. You've got yourself a great day for the Notre Dame defense. Box score is about what you would expect. Wake Forest could really only pass the ball 4 yards rushing. They had as many yards rushing as they did turnovers. It's not good. Next game, regular season finale. Notre Dame hosting Stanford. Now, 2 years ago, Stanford hosted Notre Dame, and they blew what looked like a sure win right at the end. So they're trying to get some revenge here. And Stanford, as a 4-7 team, is not very good, as you would expect. Horrific pass defense in the hundreds. Notre Dame is breaking out the greens because it is a rivalry game, and Stanford's going to break out the reds because they clash. Actually, green and red are on opposite sides of the color wheel. So we've got this big rivalry game Let's see how it goes. Well, Stanford's going to start off big with a 3-yard loss, and that's actually going to be very important because Thomas will not get the first down there. Stanford takes over. Introducing the Stanford O-line and E.J. Smith, who are doing a fantastic job, at least so far today, with a 26-yard run. 3rd down and 7, though. They've ground and pounded, but that one is going to be intercepted. Under pressure, lobbed up throw into coverage. There was really no other outcome that it could be, especially with the Notre Dame interception slider at 100. But the defense is doing fantastic. Another loss, and then right here, Chaz Wesley is going to be tracked down. Another loss, and on 3rd down and long, Notre Dame will just dump it off. That's Mitchell Evans, and he does not get the overpowered stiff arm animation that E.J. Smith did. And so, Ari Patu says, hey, my defense is doing great, let's put them back out on the field. There's Barnes, and he gets a quick interception. Patu's thinking, man, I really suck right now, and quite frankly he does. But don't worry, because Tyler Buchner also sucks. He sails that one, and it's Stanford ball again. And after a sack by Patu, E.J. Smith and the O-line, they bail him out. They get to 3rd and inches, convert on the next play. 1st down and 10, Patu says, you know what? Forget throwing the ball, I'm running. And it's going to work out pretty well, sliding down after a big gain. So after that, they're going to see if play action works again. And somehow, some way, that worked. I don't know how, but on 3rd down and goal, Notre Dame gets the stop. They hold Stanford short, but Stanford is still going to go for it despite being scoreless. And unlike real life, they actually do score on 4th down and goal after 4 runs up the middle. So Notre Dame, they don't want to go into halftime down 7, and Buchner knows that, so he's going to take this one off. Great blocking downfield by the receivers, by the way. I mean, fantastic. 3rd down and 1, though, they go with the Wildcat, and I'm not sure what they were thinking. So that brings about 4th down, and Notre Dame, watch this. They pull out the fake field goal. That's right, the CPU breaks out the fake field goal, runs it to perfection, and now we're going to have a tie game with under 20 seconds left. We're at 22. So Ari Patu, no real time for ground and pound, so see if you can sling it around. Good start there to Sam Roush, and then the very next play. Basically got to do the same thing, and apparently the same thing works. Rubin stays in bounds, and Stanford picks up a very quick 13-second, 75-yard drive to take the lead back to 7 going into half. Suffice to say, this is not what I expected out of Notre Dame on this game, but this is why it's a rivalry game. 3rd down and 11, Stanford trying to continue the drive, and again, I don't know how that pass goes in. But it works so well, and after another run, they're going to do the play action to perfection. And that's going to drop right in the breadbasket. And on 2nd and goal, easy touchdown, Stanford up by 2 scores. This is ridiculous. This is why you play the game, because that's going to lose 3 more yards for Notre Dame. It's atrocious. I have no idea what the Irish are doing today. None. 3rd down and long, dump off to Estime isn't enough. And Stanford, on their next drive, will take up over half of the 4th quarter. Notre Dame gets the ball with less than 2 minutes left. They're in desperation mode. Jaden Thomas is going to break off a good play right there. 2nd down and 7, though, and Buchner takes a sack. Not what you should be doing. 3rd down and 14. The down is pie, and Buchner is going to find Lorenzo Styles, bailing them out. But they're going to use 2 of their timeouts, and on 4th and goal, Jake Dawson will not get there anyway, and the season has completely unraveled for Notre Dame. Another promising start, and then they just fail. Stanford comes into South Bend and pulls off a shocking upset over the Irish. Buchner's senior day is absolutely ruined, and I'm all here for it. 21-7. Yeah. And it wasn't even for a bad completion percentage or interceptions. They just didn't do anything. I don't know what their offensive game plan was. The run game was horrible. You had 3 rushers in the negative. and then you didn't even have a guy reach 50. Receiving game was alright, and then defensively, it was a ground and pound game by Stanford, so they only got 1 sack. Pair of picks, but didn't matter. In the end, Stanford dominates this game, 21-7. Now, I am in a conundrum, because going into conference championship week, I have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 undefeated Power 5 teams. Fortunately, they do all play, but I don't think I've ever seen 5 Power 5 teams, let alone 5 undefeated teams, after the regular season. So I have to hope that one of these teams is going to lose here. And if it's going to be anyone, it's West Virginia. They're an 88 overall. They have no business being undefeated. And so on the simulation, they win. Oh, great. Okay. Maybe Alabama will lose. Going against the talented Texas. No, it wasn't even close. Oh, you stupid Longhorns. Alright, maybe Florida State can pull it off against North Carolina. Nope, 7-point win for North Carolina. That would be nice, but I'm not going to hold my breath on this one. And I was justified in doing so. So we have 1 game, hoping that Wisconsin can upset Ohio State. And that answer is no. Wisconsin forgot how to play football. And now I'm really stuck because I have 5 13-0 Power 5 champs. I have never seen this before. Usually you see 3 max, and even then that's rare. But I got 5. And so I have to wonder, what am I going to do? Well, I put out a poll, which was somewhat hypothetical. I'm going to run a 5-team playoff. Just because. Just because. Those games will be on a separate channel. They'll be the debut episodes of a separate channel, which is just dedicated solely to sim stuff. Oh, and just to make my decision even harder and reinforce that I should do the 5-team version, West Virginia's running back won the Heisman. Notre Dame will play the Vanderbilt Commodores in the Birmingham Bowl. Vanderbilt. Alright, well, Xavier Watts wins the Chuck Bednarik. We're in awards now. And Trey Roberson, he wins the Bronco Nagurski. Good on him. And he's also going to win the Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe? Oh my, what an athlete that guy was. Alright. It's Vanderbilt. Next episode will probably be Bowl Game plus off-season. I hope to see you there. But until then, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and have a nice day.